I would like to share my experience in the corporate world.
You
The corporate world is not as easy as, it comes with its own challenges. But one thing that you can leverage on, you should understand the environment in which you are in. You should also understand the people. You should study the people you are working with, your superiors. So you just study them, how they want to do their things. And at the end of the day, the person is still your boss. You still can't bypass that person. And sometimes in the corporate environment, they say your progression sometimes is dependent on your boss. And to some extent, I agree to that, because when people, you need to get a sponsor. Let me use, in these days, that is the word. When people are in the boardroom, you are not there. You are not even there. Whatever they are discussing about you, whether it's true or not, you are not there to defend yourself. However, you need a sponsor within the team there to talk for you, to sponsor you at that very meeting. So if you don't build good relationship with the people that you work with, you will struggle. Then I always say that, and when it comes to teamwork, for you to be a good team player is your ability to be able to work with people within your circles. When it comes to teamwork, it's not about comfort. It's about your ability to work with diverse people from different backgrounds, with different views, different opinions. That's what makes you a great team player. But after work, you can decide to choose who your friend is. But when it comes to the corporate environment, so if you know you have a difficult boss, you should know how to handle him. You should be assertive, but not disrespectful. Most of the time, people misconstrue being assertive as disrespect, but it also depends on the manner in which you approach it, or the manner in which you go by it. So knowing your people is very important. Know your boss, know who he is, know what he likes, what he doesn't like, and you are good to go. Because I always say that I don't resign from work because of somebody. I only resign because of a very good reason that will let me resign, but not because this person did this person is not making me comfortable. You'll be surprised to know that where you think you are going and you think is a heaven, you even go and meet worse people there, and you would have wished you had stayed in where you thought you were burning.
Nice one. Some people say that people don't leave jobs, they leave bosses. They leave bosses. But friends, if you are on with us, just to let you know, I've changed the setting so that you can come in, make a contribution, or ask a question. This is the time. We have some few minutes and we'll give people the opportunity to do that. So what you do is you raise your hand and then I'll invite you to come in and ask your question. In the meantime, I have some questions that have already been shared in the chat. I'm sure you can see them. The first one, it's a comment by Cynthia Dakwa. She says, congratulations to her. I know her, and she's a very strong lady. Nice one there. Cynthia is testifying, but Cynthia has a question for you. She's asking, okay, what has been your most challenging moment, and how did you deal with it? your most challenging moment, and how did you deal with it?
My, if I can recount, in the corporate world, I remember at some point in time, about 3 bosses had issues with me because Gloria will say it as it is and will not change. I mean, if she's very sure what she's saying is the right thing and cannot compromise, I mean, she'll leave it as it is, and that is it. That's it. I don't compromise when I have to do the right thing. So even if you are my boss and what you think we should do does not sit with my values, I walk away. I'll tell you, I've had a couple of experience where I walk straight to my boss and tell them, boss, this thing didn't go well. I don't think, and we sit down to trash out issues. One of my bosses will say, hey, as for Gloria, when she enters your office and bangs the door, it means she's coming to, then it means you're in trouble. I mean, so the corporate world is not so rosy, but I mean, you need to understand the environment in which you work. You need to understand the people there, and you need to let your values also stand, because that is what makes you.
Yeah.
That is what makes you.
Awesome.
So people shouldn't like you because you compromise with them. They should like you. At times, there are times that you feel lonely, but that doesn't mean you should go and compromise. It's good. I mean, my colleague who always says at some point in time when Jesus had to, things were difficult for him, he wept. It's okay to weep sometimes. It's okay to weep sometimes. I mean,
someone says that, well, you can't have everyone liking you. You're not Jollof. you, you don't have everyone liking you. You're not Jollof.
Interesting.
Edna says, I'm so proud of your accomplishments. You earned it. I know you're a great homemaker too. How do you balance all this? That's a question for you. How do you balance? How do you ensure a good balance for your life?
Okay. I would like to share I have a purpose in life. That is one, to raise a strong family. As part of my purpose is to raise a strong family, bring about women visibility wherever I am, then also touch lives in communities that I live. So these 3 things within my purpose, which I've made it very clear, that is what drives the things I do. Okay, I say I want to raise a strong family. How do I do it? Definitely, I have to settle with a man. I have to make babies. That is when God bless me with it. I have to take responsibility. And I still want to be a career woman. So, and I still want to touch lives. So these are the 3 things within my purpose. How do I juggle it? The truth is that I can't be perfect. There are times I've been a bad mom. I've been a bad wife sometimes, and my husband is on, and he should pardon me for the times that I've been a bad wife and a bad mom to my kids. At times I cite my kids that, you know what, I'm a part-time mom, so you have to learn how to do things for yourself at this very age, because I'm always running around. And I've also gotten very good family who supports me, The family have been very supportive to me throughout my journey. They've been there for me. I mean, and my husband has been very supportive. He supported me in all my journey, in all my ambitions. Whatever I want to do, when I discuss with him, he gives me the full support. He's been there for the kids as well when I'm not there. So let's give him a shout, Mr. Abaka. I know he's on the, he's here with us, and I know he's
What's his
listening.
name? I only heard Mr. Abaka.
Yeah, he's Ivan Zabaka.
Evans Abaka. Can you imagine what he's put out there? Proud of you, girl. He says he's also proud of you. So it means that he has forgiven you. Forgiving you.
Yeah, and one thing that I can add is
Mr. Abaka, we salute you. God bless you. God bless you for being a wonderful husband and allowing your wife to flourish, that we also get the opportunity to have her on our show. We are grateful to you for doing that. And the rest of the men, if you are married, if you are yet to marry, please, you have an example right here. Mr. Abaka is an example for you. Do the right thing.
And I know I grew up, I'm an LDS trained woman, Latter-day Saint trained woman. I know some of my friends have joined me, so I have to give them a shout. That is where I built all my values from, and I am proud to say I'm a Latter-day Saint trained woman.
Nice, nice, nice. Edward says, great to hear wisdom from her. Don't resign because of people, but because of your strong reason also. Then Solomon, I'm trying to get a full name, Ahima something, I'm not getting the full name. He says, congratulations to you, Gloria, for how far you have come. I'm really enjoying and learning a lot from your interview. Thank you very much. There is another post. Bernard Abaka says, I'm proud of this amazing family. Congratulations to Mr. Evans Abaka and Mrs. Gloria Abaka. Nice one. The family is right here to lend you all the support that you need. We thank you all for the support. Mrs. Amoa, she says, very soft-spoken. She has confessed that as you see her so, in another element, you'll be shocked. But of course, if you have to be firm, it's part of leadership. If you have to be firm, you will have to be firm. I'm sure we all know that at a point in time, you need to take a rip and you need to do the needful when that time comes. Until then, Mrs. Abaka is the soft-spoken, innocent-looking. You won't believe what she has up her sleeve. Please, so are there people who have offered you the support when it comes to your leadership? Are there people who have mentored you? You mentioned one of the names, the first person who took you on and started grooming you. And are there people like that who have been of support to you in your leadership journey?
Yes. First of all, I'll mention my first boss, Mr. Ben Fiafo, who took me from nowhere, very green from school. And at the time, he had a very new project. He was under pressure and he was ready to work with me, train me. I mean, he was ready to go with me. And the late, at the time, the project manager, may her soul rest in peace. I mean, she was very supportive. She was a Cameroonian and she was in the country as an expert at the time because she was the project director. She was very supportive. I mean, she was very open, gave me the opportunity to learn. And I remember my boss, Mr. Ben Fearful, early times, we went to the field a couple of times. At one time, Mr. Ben Fearful asked me to go to the field alone with a project guy. I was like, this man, you are leaving project car with me to drive alone to go to the field. But I realized he was very confident in me and he knew if I was given the opportunity, I mean, I'll be unstoppable. I don't know how he got that, but he was so confident in me. He could assign me alone to go for bigger platforms, stakeholder engagements at different organizations to bring him the report. So I'm so grateful to him for working with me at that time when I didn't know anything. I had only learned the theories from school and, you know, the classroom versus corporate or the work environment, it's so different. It's so different. So I'm so grateful to him. Then when I joined the mining, to my bosses, Rami Oboro, Isaac Kwache, Jerry, they've all been supportive. I tell them, you know what, I'm stubborn, but you can't throw me away. I have that relation with them. Sometimes I know I get on their nerves, but they've been able to coexist and manage me up to this time. So for me, it's a very great feeling to have people like that within your career journey. Then I also have mentors, people that I look out to. I don't know if they'll be comfortable for me to mention their names here, but can talk about Madame Georgette Sechibans, can talk about Beatrice Opoku-Asari. These are people who have rise within the corporate environment, and I talk to them. Sometimes they give me guidance and all that. So I think I have a great team in my own small world, because you can't do it alone. I got to learn something new today. I just returned from a lecture, and one of the new things that I got to know is if you want to do well, you need to have the passion for what you are doing. You need to have a mentor. These were the two key things that I learned today. And I can resonate. I can resonate looking back, I mean, up to this time.
So it's been a wonderful time we've spent together. Let me remind you, you can extend the conversation also on Twitter. There is the name at Daniel Poby. That's the Twitter account, and you can just extend the conversation. What are you taking away from this conversation? What is that thing that you're taking away from this interview? Gloria has shared a lot with us, and please, when you are tweeting, remember to add the hashtag #MyLeadershipJourney, #MyLeadershipJourney, hashtag #MyLeadershipJourney, and do that tweet, and let's extend the conversation out there. Dora says, glad to have joined this interview, learned so much. Thank you, and our thanks goes to Gloria for sharing all these nuggets with us. It's such a blessing. Awesome. Thank you very much, Mrs. Abaka, for sharing these nuggets with us. We'll give you the opportunity for your final words, and then we'll bring this whole show to a close. Your final words for us. all of us who are listening, all of us who have joined you, and some are going to get the opportunity to listen to you later. Your final words to all of us.
What I would say is, especially to the younger ones who are coming up, they have to take life easy. I mean, when they see people up there, they shouldn't think they got there overnight. It's about determination, consistency, and hard work. Whatever you want to do in life, believe in yourself and try to surround yourself with positive people who share in your vision. It's not worth it surrounding yourself with people who don't even believe in you and always discourage you. You know, it's always good to surround yourself with positive people. So if you think, hey, this person is always putting me down, I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, being around that person, should be told.
Oh, all too soon. We have to end this conversation. I wish we could continue, but you have already done a lot for us and shared so much with us. Thank you very much. And friends, you heard those final words. Take determination, consistency, and hard work seriously. Wherever you want to go, let these be very key to you, that these are going to guarantee you the place that you want to get to. On behalf of all of us who have joined, on behalf of all of us who are listening, I want to thank you very much, Gloria Bentil Mensah, for making time, aka Mrs. Abaka. Thank you very much for making time to be with us on this show. And thank you for all the wisdom and the nuggets that you have shared with us. Very deep thoughts that you have shared with us. And as Augustina is saying, I'm glad I zoomed in. Well spoken, Gloria. Lovely pieces of advice. Cynthia again says, congratulations, my sister. We thank you so much for allowing us to get up close with you and learning all the things that we have learned from you. And thank you for all the things that you are championing out there. You can guarantee that you have a lot of us rooting for you, supporting you, and praying for you to succeed and even go higher and higher in the area that you have carved out for yourself. Friends, for all of us online, thank you so much for being on this show with us. Thank you. I want to especially thank Esmond Christian Estiedu, the very first person to have joined this evening. He came very early, very early. And he's been on with us throughout. After him, then Fred also joined, and all of you who have joined, we thank all of you. Arabella, Augustina, Belinda, Bernard, Cynthia, Donna, Dora, Doris, Edna, Edward, Mr. Baka, our special one, Justice, Louisa, Mrs. Amwa, Mercy, Solomon, Ahima, Ejakwa. Forgive me, I was looking for the full name earlier. And Stephen, Candida, Cynthia, and all the others who have joined and had to drop. We thank all of you for your time, and we thank you for your contributions.